pretty good versus Chaos. But we'll see. I mean, that guy doesn't have hugely leveled guys either. I don't think he really knew what he was doing. But okay. Let's take a look. What do we want? Crew-wise, we want commissars. They don't fucking warp out on us. Crew-wise, we want commissars. Skill-wise, haven't decided yet. We are running bombs, and bombs... I'm a little bit worried about taunt, honestly. At the moment, I don't really know that anything really works versus Eldar. I kind of am missing my supercharged shields versus Eldar to help deal with the first round of pulses, but we'll see. Maybe we can get away with taunt and bomb. That'd be enough. Taunt and bomb is going to help us. Bomb in particular is going to help us a lot more versus the other factions, but we'll see. Alright, bomb, taunt. Grab another upgrade. We're going to grab range on our macro weaponry. Yeah. Mars leveled up. Good, finally. I think that's the third mission that's been on, and the first one it survived. Alright. It already has 12k lances. I don't mind 15k lances, but if I'm going to do that, I need to pull the favor on it to get the sight range, which I'm okay with. We should probably do that early anyways if we're going to do that. Alright, let's take the... I'm going to try Inquisition flavor again on our
the Inquisition,
Mars.
as always, stands vigilant.
Novas are a bit too accurate. Novas are horrendously inaccurate. I actually feel like, I wonder personally, Hoax, I have a suspicion that the auto-cast Novas are not suffering the same accuracy penalties that the player-cast ones are. That I find that auto-cast Nova cannons hit more often than the ones I manually target, which is ridiculous. So basically what happens when you target a Nova cannon, unlike a torpedo, which is a type of skill shot, the Nova cannon, you tell it to shoot an area, and it will shoot in a proximity around that area. Alright, let's go ahead and throw upgrades on this guy. So he does what I just picked with the Inquisition flavor. It gives me 1 point in every single crew member, and it gives me an ability to ID ships at the start of a fight at super long range. Alright, I'm kind of annoyed they removed one of the things I liked, which was there was a buff that allowed your unit, once it has locked on to a target, to do 300% crit rate with lances. And they've removed that, which is one of the ones I actually used to take on my battlecruiser, which I'm kind of pissed off about. Because this battlecruiser has lance turrets in the front, and then launch bays, macro turrets on the side, and Nova cannon in the front. But these do almost no damage. This is like 1.5 DPS side. The double lances in the front are at least doing 2 DPS, but they do 2 DPS at 12k range, which is pretty good. I'm not entirely sure what I want for these yet. I mean, I was running advanced cogitator linkages to get the better lock on. I don't know why they fucking removed that from the Imperial Navy. Was it really necessary to nerf my ability to lock on and give me power ram? Like, I'm glad we have power ram, I guess, but that doesn't help all of my non-torpedo boats. This is another indirect nerf to Nova cannon. Because any of the ships that mount Nova cannon can't use this, and I just lost my other one. Alright, let's start thinking about what we want then. Lances versus shields is probably decent. It's going to help me versus everyone but Eldar. And 15k range is not going to hurt me either. Alright, we'll pick range for the beginning and see how we go from there. Alright. Can always respect that later. Dauntless leveled, nice. Another crew point, ratings, another upgrade. So what do we have right now? We have range and extra shields on my Dauntlesses. Lances versus shields is fine. It's weird not having to pick the speed one. I don't know, is plus 25 ship speed worth it with the debuff? I'm really not sure. Let's grab lance shield damage for now. Okay. What's in that slot for chaos? It's I don't remember what it's called, but I just told you what it does. When you use the lock-on special, which is an accuracy boost for macro weapons and a critical chance boost for lances and macro weapons, when you use that, all your lance weapons gain 300% crit chance. Which sounds like a lot, but it's really not, because the base crit chance is not very high. But it is something. Convoy Defender. Ugh. Alright. This is more of a Dauntless setup than it is anything else. Can bring the Mars because he can chase. Bring Dauntlesses. And then, do I want to put decoy ships in? Sure, let's grab decoy ships. And let's bring the lower level Dauntless. No. I just told you. Oh, you think it was removed from a different one? Oh. The silent running buff, Hydrosign. What is the... What did they remove on Imperials then? From Imperials? Alright, get the transport across the map. Okay. What is the... What did they remove on Imperials then? What did they give me back on Imperials for the loss of my lock-on critical one? Have Eldar been nerfed yet? No. This is a really good start location for us. Having this many spots to hide transports in is great. And I should turn on the Inquisition flavor, so ID, so I can start shooting.
Enemy ship sighted.
Okay.
Your orders? Ship ready. Lock on target. Awaiting orders. Enemy ship sighted.
It's auto casting his Zeech ability. It's fine. Running my guys over. Oh, this is Nurgle. Fuck. I really don't want to be brawling Nurgle. Man, all my shit's taunted right now. Nurgle does AoE damage. See that effect around him? That looks like a little cloud. That's what's happening.
Going silent.
I can lose this fight. Alright, which one are his Nurgle ships? This fucking thing over here, the Carnage. Should have looked at what he had first.
Awaiting orders.
Annoying. That fucking damage is so high right now.
Your orders. Awaiting orders. Yes, Admiral. At your command.
I'm gonna die on here. You're getting wrecked right now. Oh man, okay. He's found 2 of my transports too. I guess we're gonna kill what we can and then lose this match. I wasn't expecting chaos brawling. It actually is effective if you're not expecting it and you just run right into it like I did. You can get wrecked by it for sure.
Yes, Admiral. Emergency repair.
The subordinate captain's really good here. Especially if he can't mutiny that. If he can't anti-whatever it. Ships are getting kind of low. Maybe I could still pull this out my ass. No, he just mutinied. It's too bad. Let's get on top of that if we can.
Ship ready. Enemy ship sighted.
No, too many ships left. Should probably warp.
The navigator will guide us out.
I'm gonna die on that otherwise.
Your orders. Enemy ship sighted.
Fine with that one.
Yes, Admiral. Ship ready.
How many ships just died randomly? I'm not sure why.
Going silent.
Can still potentially win this. Alright, let's go this way then, on this one. Insubordinate captain over there too. Man, we're gonna win because no commissars. Awesome. Commissar, bro.
Your orders.
Nice. Alright, he's got the favors out, but not the crew, apparently.
At your command. Your orders.
Alright, our abilities are disabled right now, temporarily, but they won't be forever. I hope. Fucking debuff seems to be lasting an awful long time. There it goes. Nice, dead on target. It's really good.
At your
Damn.
command. Lock on target.
Good. Kill our own transport for that, but we do a lot of damage to this ship over here. We can probably kill that now. Launch fighters over here. Okay, he's warping out. That's fine. We win if we kill this ship from the insubordinations. Let's taunt it up. See if we can keep it on top of us. We have 12k lances coming out the front of this ship, so we can chase him quite a lot. If he gets far enough away, we Nova Cannon him. But I don't have lightning strike up anymore. My shield generators are down. So can our lance and fighter DPS out DPS a light cruiser? I fucking hope so. Well, let's let our autocast take care of that. That actually hit, surprisingly. It's cool.
Enemy ship sighted.
Fighter's up in a second. I just the wrong hotkey for it. I did.
Enemy ship sighted. Enemy ship sighted. Damage team, begin repairs now. Awaiting orders.
Can't actually cross guys across this map. Let's not autocast this. Let's leave it so I can take care of that on my own. He's taking damage. Nova Cannon hit. Didn't use my cooldown though, really? Doesn't make any sense. It's gotten double Nova Cannon shots. I don't know why. It's clearly a bug. Can lock on here.
Lock on target.
for extra lance damage. And we're going to win this from his insubordinate captains. Awesome. And our battlecruiser survives and levels. It's doubly awesome. You know who's not in there? My ships are not in there. Probably tries to warp out here. Let's burn in. He's going to be disappointed when there's no guys there. The Nurgle shit at the beginning really screwed me though. Did so much damage to my light cruisers. Just lost all my abilities from that disable. This is Siech's Mark or whatever the fuck it's called. It makes it so you temporarily lose all your abilities. Nova Cannon's up as soon as this fucking Mark stops debuffing me. Still win, I guess. He kills my transports. Okay, we can't see him anymore, but we can mark him and find him in a moment.
Awaiting orders. Yes, Admiral.
Wish my lances would hit this guy.
At your command.
If he runs both of these over, he wins. But I think
Your orders.
I can run him over with the transport.
Brace for impact. Yes, Admiral.
Yep, transport wins. Rip. Oh, is this Slanish? Can't remember. It's the whatever the one on the far right is of the favor screen, Hydrosign. Alright, that was disturbingly close. We won that because he doesn't have his commissars leveled, or the chaos equivalent, and that means his ships sometimes warp out, and sometimes it will chain reaction warp out. So bad luck for him. One of our dauntlesses warped away, that's good. Two of our dauntlesses died. This is one of the problems with bringing low HP ships like that. They can just get removed off the field. That Slanish, or the Nurgle ship, which is all the AoE cloud damage, wouldn't have really bothered slightly heavier ships. So, alright. Alright, Dauntless leveled, as well as being lost in warp. Last point in Commissars, good. And alright, we are going to be a little, this is 2 turns on this guy, unfortunately. We need to get the lance damage up on this ship. Like, you saw how bad its fucking damage was, even chasing. Most of our damage was actually coming out of the Nova Cannon. This is multiplayer, 360. That was another player. I tried a little bit of single player last night. I didn't realize. I mean, it makes total sense, but it's basically just the skirmish maps set inside of a like storyline. Okay, Eldar. Oh, it's only 300 though. Convoy attacker. Not really thrilled about that. 300 point convoy attacker. And I'm missing ships. Well, I could run Dominator and then. The problem is I'm not going to be able to catch these ships. I have to find them and then I have to kill them, and there's only 3 of them. I'm so not thrilled about this. Alright. When your ships hit 30% hull, so there's no armor in this game. Armor is actually just an attribute of a ship that it reduces your damage taken on that side. And I don't think it's a percent damage modifier. I think it's a percent chance to hit, but it might be a percent damage modifier. I can't remember either way. But that's what armor does. So really, you have 2 attributes on your ships. You have shield and hull, and those are the actual hit points. Shield is a regenerating attribute that will keep regenerating until your generators are knocked out, and that has a certain value. Certain weapons do additional damage to shield, but in general, shield's okay. Let's take a look to see if gas clouds do deploy in. No, he really doesn't. The The other attribute, so hull is what your ship hit points actually are. When your ship reaches 30% hull, it has a chance to trigger a panic where the captain just decides he's going to warp out. It's just pretty annoying. And commissars reduce that by 10% per level of commissar that you have. It won't let me deploy that. There we go. Okay. Is this the Widow? Yeah, good. This is the one with the huge scout range. Alright. Let's see. Where did he put him? So I have to spread out because I can't catch outer transports. Outer transports are unbelievably fast, which is the most annoying thing ever. So if you're not in position to catch them, they just get away. But you can't be in position to catch all of them all the time. So what we're going to hope is we're going to hope for some Nova Cannons. Nova Cannons will do extreme damage to outer transports. So we have a Nova Cannon. We stuck him in the middle. The goal is that he can, once I identify where the transports are, I can adjust his deployment pattern to get closer to that as soon as possible. Our faster ships on the side so we can scout out where the Eldar are, and hopefully we can kill it from there. The other thing that happens is if you're when another line ship blows up, your guys have a 12% chance to be insubordinate, and when anytime an escort ship blows up, they have a 1% chance to be insubordinate. And by leveling up commissars, it reduces all of those. So what happened to him is I blew up one or two of his ships, or put one of them in 30% hull or something, and they just one of them panicked. Then I blew up another ship, and another one panicked because he doesn't have points in commissars, and they started warping out. You can cancel warp outs as anybody but Orc. When you do that, you execute the captain, and when you execute the captain, it does a fair amount of shitty things to your ship. Okay, that might have been a transport, a single transport over there. Should make my life easier if I have to kill something over here. And I think there are transports over here. We'll find out. I think those in the back are transports right there. So we're going to work on Nova Cannoning those transports. This guy is going to work on just identifying that ship for me. And, okay, bunch of crap we don't care about. Transports in the back. Yeah, definitely transports in the back.
Enemy ship sighted.
Yep.
Reloading. At your command.
Okay, we just did half its health.
Ship ready.
Okay, that means this is a transport too. So what we need to do here is kill this.
At your command.
And kill those.
Yes, Admiral.
I can't get too close, but I will get fucked up by these guys.
Enemy ship sighted. Awaiting orders. Lock on target. Your orders.
Really, am I getting stuck in this shit? Truly? No damage on that one. Out of bomb range right now. I gotta get out of this stasis field. I thought I ran past it, but apparently I got caught right on the outskirts of it. There it goes. And what we want to do is ram it. We got one. Okay. So we need to go there, but we're not going to reach it in time. Alright, make this target 1. Go after him. We can't shoot from the front, so we need to rotate. Oh, if he goes into that minefield, though, we're going to be pretty happy. You don't do shit for damage chasing from behind here, so we got to get a little bit closer. Ugh, that hurts so much. Good, I need him to go a little bit closer so I can fucking Nova Cannon him. So close, look at that health. There we go, got it. Okay, I don't know if my my cruiser made it through or not, but we accomplished the objective, which is kill those transports. But we can't chase them down. Blue, are we keeping track of stats? Oh, and the Dominator survived. It didn't even take heavy damage. That's awesome. It must have been... Heavy damage is if you're at 15% or less hull, you take heavy damage. And that's an attribute you can't get rid of in the fight. And it makes you reduced for... it reduces you entirely for the next... Or rather, it takes you out of the next fight. You have to have 1 round of repairs after heavy damage. We didn't even trigger heavy damage, so we must have been at like 16% hull. So, my opponent was bad. What can I say? Probably. Alright. No, 505 is including only the games from this morning. Yesterday we did fairly well yesterday, especially once we switched off of the torpedo setups. Alright, Cruiser Clash Defender fighting against Chaos. Alright, let's use some Nova Cannons again. Try to level those ships up if we can. Why do I feel like this is more... Don't have my second battle cruiser yet, unfortunately. I could bring, instead of the Dauntless, I could bring the Lunar. But I don't really think the Lunar helps me very much here. Where the Dauntless can actually do some damage at 6 to 9k range, so the Lunar really doesn't do shit at 6 to 9k range. Oh, not 5. I'm not 5 and 5. I'm 5 out of 5. I'm 5 and 0. That's the way to probably write that, right? Like this. Alright. Nova Cannon Friday. Well, right now it's Imperial's answer to being kited nonstop is to have an ability that does pretty decent damage at range and actually can do and actually hits unlike fucking torpedoes. Alright, I'm gonna just deploy for this cloud over here. I am Defender. I don't want this guy real close though. Get killed. This guy, I'm fine with getting killed though. I'm just setting up frontal engagement on the battlecruiser, and I want them closer when on Chaos so I can right click and then they'll chase them a little bit. And let's get going. And I am curious, what is he running? What is that?
Enemy ship sighted.
It's the frigate. He just ran into a mine with his own frigate and killed it. Okay, it's a promising start.
Your orders?
Just ran into a mine. The mine's spawning. Sometimes mines spawn right in front of your deployment zone. It's the dumbest thing ever. Because if you're not paying attention, you just clicked forward. If let's say you have like 6 control groups because you've set up this really complex like transport like hiding scheme, and like your guy just runs into a mine and dies. Oh man. All right, we're getting probed. I wouldn't mind dodging that. Where's the angle of this set up for? Just straight. He's not probing the gas cloud. That's kind of weird.
Setting course.
Alright, I do want to start Nova Cannoning this shit.
Understood.
We can get ID'd here and then just run back into the cloud in a minute. It's fine. I care about is getting some scouts off on this guy.
Engines hot.
I want to ID these guys if we can.
Understood. At your command.
This guy hasn't been un-ID'd yet. Let's get him in the cloud first.
Received. Course plotted.
Oh, don't get scouted. Don't get scouted. Run, 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 run. Okay.
Your orders. Reloading. Ship ready. Reloading. Awaiting orders.
Rip my escort. I hate looking into these. It's like really hard for me to like concentrate on the screen when I'm doing that.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, I'm fine with sitting in here for a minute. That's fine.
Burn retros.
We can just wait, and then wait on our Nova cannons. And I have 12k lances over here, so I'm kind of okay with this guy also just sitting behind here.
Burn retros.
We'll launch our anti-fighters. This is a fighter screen. If he probes us here, we're gonna move into this gas cloud afterwards, so he'll lose sight after we get going again.
Awaiting orders.
We're just waiting on Nova cannons. If he wants to kite like this, where he's not actually doing any damage, we'll do damage at this range.
Your orders. Changing course.
And I'm totally good with that.
Yes, Admiral.
Set up lightning strikes. Looks like this is Chaos Carriers, so it looks like he's gonna want to be at super far range for me. And I don't want the Dauntless out front, because the Dauntless out front will get just killed by the first volley of whatever the fucking stuff he sends at me. Is that a black hole? Yeah, it's supposed to be a black hole, but it's like makes me feel like I'm looking into like bright sunlight. It's really painful to play against. I wish I could turn it off. It's very pretty, but yeah. Alright, what do we want here? We want probably weapon bays, but I always take engine on Chaos if I can. Is this the battleship? Oh, it's their battleship. Alright, well if we get in here, it will disappear to him, so let's just get in there.
Changing course.
See how his fighters turned around? Because he just lost sight on us.
Orders received.
I'd like to kill this guy instead.
Awaiting orders.
I think I'm gonna sit in here. We'll get scouted temporarily, but once it passes through, it unscouts us, so we can just sit there and shoot him.
Setting course.
Okay,
Reloading.
I'm okay with the stasis there.
Burn retros. Course plotted.
I just want to get in there before we stop. That's fine.
Cruising speed set.
Okay. You want to sit his battleship there too? I'll just bomb it. That's fine. There's another probe? Are you kidding me? That's the third one.
At your command. Your orders. Engines hot. Awaiting orders. Cruising speed set.
We did so much damage to him.
Your orders. Engines to maximum. Cruising speed set.
Maybe we can get out of this cloud. Hold on, let's taunt that guy up too.
The wrath of the Imperial Navy. Awaiting orders.
Guy should be dead.
For the Emperor.
Unless we like let him live at 1 health for some reason. It's not reasonable. Yeah.
At your command.
We are getting shot on by this battleship right now. Did we get him? No, I think he warped.
All ahead full. Awaiting orders.
Just taunt that guy up so he can't pick on my other guys. Kill that one. And he just blinked with his battleship. Okay, fine with that. Can we cancel this? Anyone have cancels left? No. He's running.
Orders received.
Alright, well this is the second Chaos who's not countered this at all. He's just like runs, like just done nothing. So we didn't even take damage on our ships. Battleships seem very weak to me. No, let me rephrase that. The Imperial battleship seems very weak to me. The Orc battleship seems okay. The Chaos battleship's actually been okay from my experience with it. And the Eldar battleship is the most overpowered piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. So. Shit, Aqua, I don't. Maybe like around So the game was released. I started playing around like 1:30 my time, Aqua. I probably picked up the new Admiral around like 3 or 4, maybe. It's gonna be the one with the way you can tell, Aqua, is if we're using Dauntless's MK2, it's not the new Admiral. If we're using Dauntless's, just the regular Dauntless's, that is the new Admiral. Yeah. All right. Oh, I wanted to see if supposedly. So there's a program that my editors, particularly Aqua, is really gonna like, which is called Forge, and it's a game for it's a really a video program for recording very short highlights and posting them conveniently. And I didn't really support Battlefleet Gothic, and then I emailed the developers of the program and asked them. Oh, but it's not opening. Dude, what the fuck is with this right now? All right, maybe not for today's session. Maybe I set that up for tonight then. But what it ought to do is let me, because I'm gonna create too much content for Battlefleet, and it will flood my YouTube, and people will just not watch a lot of it. So what I'll do after the first couple of days, I've been thinking I will post the content of leveling a new admiral, because I think players may find that useful, just to see how the game changes as you get from lower levels of your admiral to higher levels of admiral, and as your ships start leveling up, the differences in the fights, which is kind of interesting. But after that, I probably won't be posting a ton of Battlefleet because I'll flood the channel too much. What I'm going to try to do is try to get highlights of that. So you can Google it, Aqua. It's like forge.gg or something like that, or you can get game recording software Forge. You probably figured it out. But it's a very convenient way for me to make very small clip videos, like almost instantly, without having to do much of the editing process. And these fights are short enough that the highlights from those fights is going to be a thing that I can post easily on my YouTube.